there, I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome or welcome back. Today we're going to do some Dollar Tree tumbling tower block hacks. I can't wait to show you. For this tumbling tower block hack, we're going to use 46 of the blocks. I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I'm going to start off by making 2 of the pieces that are exactly the same, and they're little like planters. So it only takes 12 blocks for each of those. So you can see me here putting together 4 of them, and I'm just using hot glue for this one. And then I'm going to have the 2 pieces that are the same. And then the last 4 blocks, I'm going to put one the other direction on each side, and actually 2 on each side, because you could do it on the other one the same, but I'm going to do 2 there and then use the last piece to place right on top. You'll see what I'm doing here. Normally I would recommend you use wood glue. I was kind of trying to be in a hurry, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I should always use wood glue. And there they are. I made 2 of these little planter boxes. We're actually going to create a bench that sits on those planter boxes. So this is the back of the bench. And as you can see, there's 3 across and 5 going down. And I hot glued those together. And this is the seat of the bench. And it looks like there's 9 of those. And then I'm going to take the 2 remaining pieces sitting on the side there, put one going up on each end of the seated part of the bench, and then I'm going to take the back and lean it up against those pieces and just hot glue all the way across there and set that right on there. So now we have a bench without legs, but it does have a backing, and we're going to put each planter with the little short side underneath the bench, and we're going to hot glue those right to the top of each of the planters. I hope that makes sense. You can always freeze frame or take a screenshot if you're not sure, but that creates the little bench. Isn't that cute? I added a little base in the middle because I felt like it needed more stability. So what I did was I took 1 piece against of the 3 that are remaining there, the 2 on the outside, and I left the middle one alone, and then I put 1 more block right between them and added some extra glue for security, just to have a little more of a place for it to sit down on. I just felt like that added stability. I'm going to take that paint and I'm just going to do a nice coat. I'm not going to worry about making it perfect because it'll look a little distressed if I do it like that. So I painted every part of it, and I added some craft paper to the bottom with hot glue to finish it off. I'm going to add some moss in there that I had left over. I took a couple of these Dollar Tree pics and I just put some little flowers in there and greenery. You could put anything you want in there. I particularly would go for smaller ones. And I'm going to add a little piece of the pink just to give it a little more color. I hope you guys like this one. I really love it.
Walk with me, lead the way, I will follow. You woke me up, I no longer feel hard.
For this tumbling tower block hack, I'm going to use 5 tumbling tower blocks and 7 of the bigger popsicle sticks and some black chalk paint and the white Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint and my miter shears. I'm going to cut off the 2 ends of the popsicle stick, and then I'm going to eventually adjust it to the right length that I need. Right here I wasn't sure, but I did sand both of the edges, and then one of the edges I rounded, and that's kind of like the bottom of this is going to be like a piano. And then I'm going to take some scraps that I had and I'm going to put them on the back and just secure all these pieces together by putting 2 rows of those cut up popsicle sticks. I'm going to paint the whole thing with the white, and then I'm going to take a piece of tape and put my 5 tumbling tower blocks on it and use the chalkboard black paint for that. And I'm going to do everything but the bottom. And once I've got that, I'm going to distress the keyboard. This is going to look super old-fashioned. I'm going to use my mister with some water in it and dry brush my Antique Wax by Waverly and just kind of wipe it off with a baby wipe. And then I'm going to add the little black keys or tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to make what looks like part of a piano. I love this so much. I just think it's so cool looking, and I got inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. I'm going to put some craft paper on the back and take off what I don't need, and then I put together some rub-on transfers and some other stickers so that I could get the words I want. I didn't have all the letters I needed. So I cut up some of those little stickers and I made them into letters. Like you can see the WKT and the 2 I's, that's going to end up being the word with. Yeah, you got to get creative when you run out of stickers. And it is going to say, "It is well with my soul." And I didn't have 2 L's, so I took those 2 welcome stickers and I just cut off an L off the second one and made it work. So you literally just rub on the back of the transfer with something a little pointy or sharp until you see the paper come away, and then you kind of lift it up. And if it doesn't come off, you keep rubbing. I'm going to use tacky glue, Aleene's tacky glue, to put on the word well, because that's just regular paper. That part wasn't sticky. It had a little foam sticker on the back that I peeled off. And now it doesn't, you can't even tell it wasn't one piece. And I took my brayer and kind of rubbed over it to make sure it was laying very flat. And then I had another kind of a letters rub-on transfer, and I was able to do the word soul with that. I love this so much. I'm going to put some Mod Podge over the top of the whole thing. And then I'm going to take some rope that I got at Walmart. I'm going to start at the bottom about halfway across, and I'm going to hot glue it all the way around. I'm going to make room for a hanger by pulling it up higher than the top, and then come all the way around the other side and meet up where the other piece ended. And I think this one is gorgeous. Let me know what you think.
Walk with me, lead the way, I will follow. You woke me up, I no longer feel.
For this tumbling tower block hack, I'm only going to use 4 of the blocks. And I took my miter shears, it was off camera unfortunately, and I sliced 3 of them in half, and it was so easy to do with those. Now I'm going to take the full one and I'm going to trace it on some scrapbook paper, all 4 of the sides, and I'm going to do that with the other pieces too off camera. What I want to do is get a bunch of cute little pieces of scrapbook paper, and I'm going to Mod Podge them right to the little wood blocks, the regular size one and the little ones. Now once I get all the sides on, I'm going to sand around the edges to make sure there's no pieces hanging over, and then I'm going to paint some white on each end of the blocks. And I should have done that first, so with the other ones I did do that first, but on this one I'm just painting it after, because I thought about doing it after I had already started the scrapbook paper. And now that I've got all the ends painted and all of the little pieces of the scrapbook paper Mod Podged on there, I found these jot markers. They have one side's a fine line, one side's a broad line, and that was really great because it's much more fine tip. And I'm going to do some eyes and a little mouth. Just draw it right on the big block, the regular size block. And then I'm going to take the red marker with the broad side, and I'm just going to make some rosy cheeks on each side. I just thought that would be super cute. We're making a little firefly. And then I've got a paper clip. I'm going to use my little snips and kind of make it get into the shape of what looks like antenna. So I'm just going to take one and, pull each end in, and then I will snip right in the middle, because with those little snips, it's very easy to do. And then I'm going to take a little cup hook that I have, and I'm just going to twist it 2 holes into the top of that big block, and then pull that out, and then put some hot glue in the holes and stick my little paper clip antenna right in there. It was super easy. Those tumbling tower blocks are super soft. They cut very easily. I was surprised actually. I'm going to use a combination of E6000 and hot glue, and I'm going to put the little pieces that are the wings. I'm going to put some glue on the ends there, and then set the middle piece on top, and then I'll turn it over and do the same thing with the other 3 pieces of the wing, cut of the matching pieces. And that's it. This was so easy. You could do these in all different colors. You could paint them. You could use napkins to decoupage. Honestly, there's a lot of possibilities with this, and I think it's really adorable. The back looked a little unfinished, so I took another little piece of scrapbook paper. I roughed up the edges with my little scissors, and then I just glued it right over the back where the pieces meet, and it kind of gave it a more finished look. And that's really all it took. So cute.
Walk with me, lead the way, I will follow. You woke me up, I no longer feel hot.
For this tumbling tower block hack, I need 36 blocks, and I'm going to make them in little sets of 3 going in alternating directions, and 2 rows of them. And then I've got this metal thankful sign from the Dollar Tree and this really big nautical rope. I'm just going to use the wood glue finally. I should have done that all along, but I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to glue each set of 3 pieces together. Now once I have all of my little 3 pieces together, there's going to be 12 then. I'm going to glue together the pieces one on top of each other. And then when I'm done with that, I'll glue the pieces across the middle. So I'm just going to make sure that really every part is glued together when it's all said and done.
Explore every bend of the road.
So there I've got my piece with all 36 of the little pieces. I'm going to take some wood glue and fill in any parts that didn't fill in really well and sand that off as best as I can. And then I'm going to paint the whole thing with the Rust-Oleum linen white paint. And I'm not going to do a perfect job because I'm going to take a baby wipe and wipe off a lot of the paint. I want that to be how I distress it. But then I decided that I should probably distress it a little more. But first I'm going to lay down some Mod Podge over the whole thing. I just want to seal it. And then I'm going to, with some hot glue, attach my thankful word over the top. It doesn't take too much, and the Mod Podge is still wet, so I kind of use that as a little extra adhesive as well. So now I'm going to take the burnt umber and I'm just going to go all the way around the edges with a brush, like dry brushing, where you put just a little bit on your brush and then wipe most of it off. And I'm going to do that over the top too, and I just thought that made it look a little bit more even, more consistently distressed. And then I'm also going to take that color and I'm going to go around the edges. Now I didn't really have to because I'm going to be putting rope all around it to create a hanger, but I decided just in case any little part showed, I would just paint that, and I kind of wiped off any excess off camera. I also forgot to film me hot gluing the rope all the way around and making a hanger, and that's all there was to it, and you'll have to let me know what you think.
Walk with me, lead the way, I will follow. You woke me up, I no longer feel hot.
Well, that's it for today. You'll have to let me know which one was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching. You are a blessing to me. I will have another video on the screen, and if you liked this one, definitely click that one because I think you'll like it too. And if you do, I will see you there. Till next time, bye.